lines now. More specifically, these types of relationships can exist without parallel lines, but they won't be like congruent or supplementary if these things don't exist. So, lines that never touch are parallel lines. A line that goes through two lines is called a transversal. When you are looking at a picture like this, any angle that lie in between the two parallel lines or in between two lines is called interior. And anything outside those lines is called exterior. So, if you want to think of it this way, interior is between the two lines. So in this picture, this is all interior. So these would be interior over here, between the lines. Okay, exterior is on the outside. So it says the angles for interior would be angle 3, angle 4, angle 5, and angle 6. Our exterior angles are angles that lie outside those lines, so that would be angle 1 and 2, and angle 7 and angle 8. Those are exterior. Interior versus exterior. Now we have specific kinds and what we need to know about these. Alternate interior are angles that are between the parallel lines because of the word interior, and they're on opposite sides of the transversal. So opposite sides, opposite means alternate. So angle 3, take it there. Angle 3 and 6 are on opposite sides of, this is called the transversal. It's the line. So in this case, 3 and 6 are in the same spot. Those are called alternate interior. Another example of that could be the other side, 4 and 5. Those are also alternate interior. It says alternate interior angles are between or inside the parallel lines but on opposite sides of the transversal. These angles are congruent, and the word congruent means they equal each other. Let's look at the next one, alternate exterior. Alternate exterior, remember exterior is on the outside of these lines. And we're looking on opposite sides of the transversal. So we could do angle 1 and angle 8 are on the outside and they're on opposite sides of that line. So angle 1 and 8 is an example. Another example could be angle 2 and angle 7. These also should look the same size. They are congruent, which means they are equal to each other. Okay, alternate means opposite sides, interior means inside, exterior means outside the two lines. Okay, let's look at the next types we have. We have what's called consecutive interior. Consecutive, we have that same word interior, means inside the lines. And the word consecutive means on the same side. So, I'll use my highlighter here. 3 and 5 are on the same side of the line and interior. So angle 3 and angle 5, you'll notice these ones don't look the same size. Like angle 3 is obtuse and angle 5 is acute. So these two are not equal. If you look over here, these angles are supplementary. And the word supplementary means they equal 180 degrees when you add them up. So another example besides 3 and 5 in the picture could be 4 and 6. So if you're going to write it out, you could say the measure of angle 4 plus the measure of angle 6 equals 180 degrees. If you're writing an addition problem, they add up to 180. Okay, corresponding angles. Corresponding angles are in the same location but on opposite parallel lines. So instead of being opposite of the transversal, this is talking about where they're located. So an example of corresponding could be angle 1 corresponds to angle 5. So they're in the same position. They're both on the left-hand side of this line, and they're both like above the parallel line. Another example could be like angle 3 and angle 7 correspond. Angle 2, I'll put a star here, angle 2 corresponds to angle 6. And you could do like angle 4 is corresponding to angle 8. Those are all examples of corresponding angles. These should look the same size because these types of angles are congruent or equal to each other. The last one on here is linear pair. We've talked about linear pair last class. Linear pair makes a straight line. So we talked about linear pairs are supplementary. They add up to 180 degrees. They're located beside each other. They have to share a side. So like I'm just going to highlight these 1 and 2 would make a straight line. The thing with these is they have to be on the same line. It can be a vertical line, horizontal line, but it cannot be one on each of the parallel lines because they would never touch. And if they have to share a side, that only works if they're touching. So another example could be like 6 and 8. Those are right next to each other and they make a straight line. So there's lots of choices here, but here's just a couple examples of a linear pair, angles that make a straight line when you add them together. Alright, we're going to try a couple examples, and then I'm going to have you try a few on your own and see how you do. So, going back here, solve for x, state the angle relationship property. You want to identify, well, what kind of relationship are these? They are on the interior of this picture. So interior, that narrows it down, and they're on opposite sides, so these are called alternate interior. Alternate interior angles are equal. So you're not only telling me the name of the angle, but I want you to tell me, does that mean they are equal or they add up to 180? There's only two types that add up to 180, so I'm going to just kind of star those down here.